Stephen Dorr, Boling High School. This is Elijah Gooden, senior. And this is Ronnie Crushaw, also senior.
We'll open it up for questions.
Coach, you guys are pretty much got here on the back of that running game, the versatility, the power. What didn't happen today? Was it something more you guys were able to do, or just maybe something their defense was showing you guys, and I guess the struggles with the running game?
They did not show us anything that we didn't see prior to the game. To be quite honest with you, and I think these guys would agree, they just outplayed us from that standpoint. And it's frustrating, it's disappointing. We all are disappointed, but sometimes in life that's just the way it is, and we have to move on. And unfortunately, we won't have these two gentlemen next year, and we have to regroup and go back to off season and continue to work.
Coach, what are you going to remember the most about this season?
Well, really, it's been a 2-year process for us. I took the Boling job early January 2 years ago, and seeing these two guys grow, improving week in and week out, those type of things. It's becoming a family, believing, playing harder, getting better, those kind of things. It's been a good experience.
I guess for the players, just kind of talk about the struggles to be able to not be able to get that running game going. Kind of been trying to do something about it. What you guys were expecting.
To be quite honest, like Coach said, I can honestly vouch and say that I'll give respect and credit where credit is due. They wanted it from the jump. They wanted it more, and they were more physical. Our linemen, it wasn't anything that we haven't seen before. It was just execution, and who wanted it, and they wanted it, and that's the result.
Coach, what does the future look like for Boling football?
We're still going to be fine. We're losing some really good players, 15 seniors that have worked very hard. We feel like we still have a chance to be really good. We'll be different. Every high school football, obviously, you don't get a recruit, so you get what you get, and we'll have to be a different football team a year from now on both sides of the ball.
Ron, if you can kind of, I guess, talk about your game. You have the kickoff return, kind of the scary moment. You cut it off, but then you were to come back on and kind of handle it.
The 2 kickoff returns before, I could see it opening up, but there's a few that were branching over. But on that specific one right there, when I caught it, I was already looking downfield, and my blocks laid out perfect, and I just followed them. And that was probably the best feeling of my life, scoring at Dallas AT&T Stadium on national television. So despite the loss, it was a great feeling.
I guess how about walking back on that field, knowing you weren't just carted off?
There's never been a time where I've been able to not walk back on. You can ask Coach and Elijah. I dislocated my elbow, and my dad put it back in, and I came back and finished the game. So not being able to come back on the field, it was really saddening, and it was really heart-wrenching. But they were looking out for me, and I understand their reasoning. So it hurt a lot, though.
Elijah, what kind of things stick out for you the most?
Well, we didn't play our best game at the highest level, I guess you could say, but they were ready for everything we threw at them. They flew to the ball like very, very fast. Before you can even look up, they were there. They just executed everything better than us, honestly, really want to know the truth.
Can you, Coach, talk about your senior class buying in, I guess, 2 years ago from the direction then to, obviously tonight?
Well, before we arrived, you guys were 6 and 5? 6 and 5?
2 and 8, and then we were 6 and 5.
So that was the previous 2 years, but they had some people that cared about them and coached them hard. It was just us getting to know one another, I think, and going to work and in Boling America, there's not much to do but try to get better at whatever your craft is, football, basketball, baseball, whatever. So it wasn't really that hard. It was just us being there and being at the school constantly, and obviously within the rules. But it was a good process, and it was fun. It was my first head coaching job, so it was a new experience for all of us, I guess.
And for the players, what can y'all say about the progress from this team? Y'all said went from 2 and 8 to 6 and 5, and now you're at the state championship. What can you say about the progress of this team?
When Coach Dorr first came, it was like everybody was like saying, "Oh, we got a big 5A. He came from Ableton. You know, we got to be 5A's coach and everything. We were like, it doesn't matter what the coach is, but you know, the familiarity that you build with the coaches and the bond that we grew in the hours. I mean, the hours that we spent in that gym and on that practice field and in the film room every morning, 7:20 sharp, and just being there and coming all the way here. I mean, there's no other way that I'd rather finish it. It was awesome. The progress was awesome.
And Elijah, was all that work worth it to get to this point?
I mean, at the end of the day, we still made history. I can't be too mad at the outcome. I mean, they just outplayed us. I mean, we hadn't been here in what 44 years. I mean, it's monumental for the town. It's just, I mean, when we come home, we're still gonna be congratulated and everything. I mean, I just feel from other singers that don't get to do it again. It's you got to take the good with the bad, and it's just unbelievable. I don't have any words to describe it.
Coach, have you seen any kind of offense like that this year?
We haven't seen anything quite like them. Our previous game, they ran under center, veer stuff, some similarities, but not quite like them. They're really good. Their schemes were solid, and they adjusted. You know, they certainly did.
Coach, what has this run meant to the town? I'm sure y'all had a lot of. It was a great week. You know,
It was. These guys can contest to that. It was a crazy week. There's a lot of this kind of stuff, which I don't love. I'll put it through that way. But in the end, I hope we can all sit back and realize what we did accomplish. Maybe over the Christmas break, you know, we get some time off now. Get to see our families a little bit more, our loved ones, and I think that in the end we'll all be pretty proud of what we ended up.
Coach, how would you say that they handled the stuff that you don't love, the media, you know, the distractions, all that? How do they handle it?
These guys are very. I mean, these guys adapt real well. They'll do what's asked. They'll do it with a smile on their face, and you know, that's all you can ask for. I mean, that's how you get ahead in life. And I see a lot of good in these kids and a lot of growth, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Any final questions?
The 1972 team that made it here, how was their support and this week to help y'all prepare?
We had some people come through. You know, we had you know, Ronnie has relatives on that group.
My grandfather was started running the 1972 team.
Wow.
A distant relative, Billy Watt. He played on that team also. He led that team, and so you know, I'm having old timers, has-beens, calling my number like in the middle of the week. Hey, I'm gonna be there. And, I'm pretty sure Elijah's getting the same amount, but the support that we got. I mean, the week before we had a bonfire, and there's over 1,000 people there, and there's only a population of what, like 2,000, not even 2,000 in Boling. So I mean, seeing that, and just seeing that makes you feel invincible. And it's an awesome feeling.